The World Cup is in full swing right now, and while y'all are out cheering on your favorite teams, did you know that several of those stadiums are scanning your face just to let you in? Turns out facial recognition technology misidentifies Black women nearly 35% of the time. And believe it or not, once they scan your face at that stadium, there's no clear policy on how long they even keep that information or who they even share it with. Now let's get into it. Welcome to the Education Evolution. This is the podcast for the thinkers, the doers, and those who know the most important lessons aren't always learned in school, but they always affect what happens outside of one. You're listening to Tech Evolution. I'm your boy, Hadi Hob, but you can call me Mr. Jihad. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. If there's one thing that Mr. Jihad loves, it's efficiency. Okay? If there's a faster way to do something, a smarter way to move through the world, sign me up. I'm interested, and I know that y'all are probably like me too. But here's the question that made me put a pause and break some things down lately. Does efficiency come at a cost? And follow me. Because right now there's a technology that is spreading across stadiums, airports, and even sporting events faster than most people are even able to realize. And most of us, like me, are opting in without even giving it a second thought. So today we're going to talk about facial recognition technology, what it is, where it's showing up, and what it's getting wrong. And lastly, what you need to be asking before you hand over the most personal thing that you own. But real quick, if you're new here, you are about to have the best time of your life. And to continue having those best minutes, I need you to go ahead and hit that subscribe button right now. Our show means nothing without its subscribers, so please hit that subscribe button. And if this isn't your first time and you already have subscribed, a big thank you for making this community everything that it is and then some. All right, so let me set the scene for you. You walk up to a stadium, you don't pull out your phone or even a physical ticket. Nobody's card is getting declined anymore. I'm talking about your face card, that is. You just walk in, the face cards will all be accepted. There's no longer going to be any type of decline. I know it sounds amazing, and I get it. That's the efficiency piece that I was talking about earlier. I love doing it, going through Clear or TSA PreCheck. But here's the piece that nobody's saying out loud. Believe it or not, that was still a transaction. You just paid with your face. And here's what I mean by that. Your face is biometric data. It's data tied permanently to your physical body. And unlike your password, unlike your credit card number, you can't change it if something goes wrong. It is yours forever, okay? Which sounds great until somebody else gets a hold of it, right? So let me tell you where your face is going. So you may have heard of this new stadium called the Intuit Dome. It's the home of the LA Clippers. And if you didn't know, now you do. They built a whole system called Game Face ID. And essentially you register one time and you walk in forever. You buy your food with your face. You access your suite with your face. And 75% of fans were enrolled by the end of last season they just played. I'm assuming they talk about the season ticket holders. And the World Cup, you might ask, right now, Gillette Stadium, Hard Rock Stadium, Mercedes-Benz Stadium, they all use facial recognition technology at their entry points. And Mexico, the same way. 100% biometric entry at every single turnstile. So we went from physical tickets to now just show your face. And most people don't even realize what happened, but they are collecting these things. And those things are the things that you more than likely are not going to be able to get rid of for the rest of your life. And here's where it gets personal. According to MIT researchers, bear with me, y'all, Joy Bulamwini and Timnit Gebru, facial recognition technology misidentifies Black women nearly 35% of the time. That's pretty significant if you ask me. And according to the Federation of American Scientists, as of March 2026, there are at least 9 documented wrongful arrests in the United States of America that were tied directly to facial recognition misidentification. These are real people who are suffering real consequences because of this misidentifying factor. One of those people was a woman named Portia Woodruff, who was 8 months pregnant, and she spent 11 hours in detention for a carjacking that she did not even commit. Yes, the technology got it wrong. So we're not talking enough about the impact of this technology, what safeguards are going to be implemented to ensure that people are not held accountable for things that they did not do, and where the information is even going and how long that information is going to be kept. And that, my friends, is what is a concern for me, and I think it needs to be addressed. So let's talk about that concern. When you walk through a facial recognition entry point at a stadium or even a World Cup venue, do you know where your face goes after that? Because according to reporting on the 2026 FIFA World Cup, There's no clear public policy on when or whether FIFA or host governments will delete the biometric data collected during this tournament. None. You don't know how long they're keeping it. You don't know who they're sharing it with, and you have no viable way to find out. And that right there, that is a data retention problem, meaning there are no rules on how long your information sits in someone else's system. And here's the part that really got me. The ACLU issued travel advisory warnings for foreign fans coming to the World Cup about increased surveillance and potential data sharing with ICE. Your face at a soccer game can now be potentially in an immigration database. And if you think that's too far gone, let me tell you what just happened at Madison Square Garden. So in June of this year, hackers published 45 gigabytes of data that was stolen from MSG Entertainment. And what was in that data? Facial recognition surveillance records from up to 26 million visitors. People who came to watch a game, a concert, or even a show, and their biometric data, their face, ended up in criminal hands. And here's what makes this different from every other data breach that you've heard of. A stolen password, oh yeah, you can just reset that, you're good. Even a credit card, you can cancel it. A social security number, you can flag it and hope that all is well after that. But you can't reset your face. That is what makes biometric data the most sensitive thing you are handing over. And most of us are doing it without even reading the fine print or even thinking about it. Listen, if you really want to see where this is all heading, there's a show right now on Peacock that I'm watching, and it's called The Capture. Season 3 just dropped, and this is in no way, shape, or form an advertisement for the show. But like I said, I have been watching, and the whole premise is built around a fictional intelligence program that edits live surveillance footage in real time to create false evidence, leading to people being arrested for crimes that they did not commit. Now, the show is not based on a specific real event, but the technology is built around the deep fakes, the real-time video manipulation, facial recognition used against the very people it's supposed to be protecting. It may not be as fictional as it sounds. A deep fake, by the way, is a AI-generated video or audio that makes someone appear to say or do something that they never did. And the technology to create one is more accessible than most people even realize. And to that, my friends, I say trust, but please make sure that you are verifying. So what does that actually look like in practice? The trusting, but verifying. Before you opt into any facial recognition technology, and I mean anywhere, whether that be a stadium, an airport, or an event, even talking to myself, there are some questions that you probably should be asking yourself. Who is collecting the data? You need to know, is it the venue? Is it the team? Or is it a third-party tech company? How long is this organization keeping that data? Is there some type of data retention policy, or are they holding that information forever? And who are they sharing it with? Are other companies? Is it the government? Is it law enforcement? You need to know this. And what happens if there's a breach because you can't just reset your face? And these are not complicated questions, but most of us never ask them because the line is moving and I'm trying to get in to see this concert. But what does opting out even look like when you're in those spaces? We don't currently know that, but we need to be asking that question. And here's what I mean when I say digital literacy. It is not about being anti-technology. I'm the first to tell you that I love tech, okay? It is about understanding how the technology you use every day actually works and what it costs to use it. Because right now, most of us are making decisions about our most permanent personal data without any of that information. And that is the gap that we're trying to close today. And if you made it this far, here's what I want you to walk away with today. I am not here to tell you to stop going to the games, and I'm not even here to tell you to boycott the World Cup. That is not the point, and I want us to be watching. I'm tuned into. The point is this: convenience is not free, and the price of this particular convenience is your face, permanently, irrevocably. Yours in a way that no other piece of data is. And the least that we can do, the absolute minimum, is ask the questions before we walk through that gate. Because digital literacy isn't about being anti-technology. It's more so about being informed enough to make a real choice about what you're giving away and what you're getting yourself into. And right now, most of us ain't asking that question and making that choice. We're just moving ahead with the line because we're trying to get to where we're trying to go efficiently. And if this episode made you think twice before walking through that gate, go ahead and share it literally right now. Before you put your phone down, send it to somebody you know needs to hear this. And this is also spills over into other forms of technology too. And for this one, I want you to go ahead and drop a comment below. Have you ever opted into facial recognition technology without even realizing it? I gotta know. And with that, I'm Mr. Jihad. go ahead and continue to develop that awareness, develop your voice, and until next time, peace.